Welcome everyone, and thank you so much for serving this week and for watching this video to prepare to lead your small group. This Sunday we will be teaching our kids about individuality, discovering who you're meant to be so that you can make a difference. We will be instilling the truth that they should treat others the way they want to be treated. And in our Bible story from 1 Corinthians, we will teach the kids about all of the amazing parts of the body of Christ and how we can use our gifts to make a greater difference. Our verse this month is, "How you made me is amazing and wonderful. I praise you for that. What you have done is wonderful. I know that very well." Psalm 139:14. As the kids come in your room, put the little connecting pieces in your box at the center of your carpet and have the kids work together to creatively build whatever they like. Encourage them to do something big together. For the next activity, the kids are going to stand spread apart from each other, and you're going to tell them that you're going to call out activities like football. If the activity is something that must be done with other people, then they should huddle up quickly. And if the activity is something that can only be done alone or should be done alone, then they're going to freeze where they're at. So here's the catch. You're only going to call out activities to be done together. They don't know that. Then you're going to make sure that in between calling out those activities, after the kids have huddled up, remind them, okay guys, now spread back out. And then you're going to call out the next activity. They're going to huddle and then spread back out for each one that you call out. There's a list of activities that you can use on your leader guide, or you can think of your own as well to make that. Then you want to transition to large group by telling them that they responded to a lot of activities that need to be done together, and that they will hear today why it's important to do things with others. Then after large group, you're going to have the kids partner up, and so pairs of two, and pick a candy character page. There's different designs of this candy character page that they'll get to look through and pick one. And then what they're going to do, you're also going to set out, we've got bags of candy. You'll set out bags of candy. And then each pair also needs a key, because they're going to, and a dice, because they're going to roll the dice. They're going to take a turn and roll the dice, and depending on what number they get, if they get a 3, it says left arm. So then both kids would get to choose a candy to place on the left arm. And then the next player rolls. If a player rolls a number that's already been used, their turn is over, and the next player gets to take a roll until they have all of their candy character filled up with the pieces of candy. Then what you can do, if you'd like, is take a picture of the teams with their candy characters, and then you can ask them if they want to eat their candy. It's up to you. They can go ahead and start eating their candy, or they can save it for later. So that'll be their candy characters. And then what you can do is, as you're wrapping up the activity, use your leader guide and the what you say section to kind of tie in the message of this activity with their Bible story. And you want to make sure that they understand and drive home the message that they can use their gifts together to make a difference. For the next activity, the kids are going to work together to complete a service project. And what we're going to ask you to do for this is, in each of your bags is a large folding card. And we're going to ask you as the leader to think of someone that you know that could use a get well card, or a card of encouragement, maybe another member in your church or a small group, or an elderly family member or an elderly neighbor that you know of. That could use a little card of encouragement or get well. And with the items in your bag, you're going to have your group be a team and create this card together. So they're going to be working on designing the card, deciding what to write on it, adding stickers. There's construction paper if they want to cut things out to glue on it. However they want to design their card, you want to emphasize the gifts that each kid is using together so that they can make a greater difference in completing a really neat card. And for example, you could point out, oh, so-and-so is using the gift of art skills, and they're cutting out, they're designing or drawing something to go on the card. Somebody else may use creative design. Someone else might be using the gift of leadership and kind of taking the lead on the project and deciding and giving out the different jobs to do for the card. So you might have a delegator on your team. And then when they're finished, remind them of all the ways that you saw them working together, and how all of their different gifts kind of came together and made this whole card look really neat, and it's going to make a big difference for the person who receives it. And then you can be the one to deliver that card through the week and kind of give that update for the kids next Sunday on how their card, the thing that they use their gifts for together, made a difference in somebody else's day. Next, you're going to help the kids look up their memory verse in the Bible and then read it together. Then you're going to give each kid one of these puzzle pieces. And on the puzzle piece, they're going to draw or write a way that God has gifted them. And do this with them. There's an extra for you too. That way they can also see what God has gifted you with. And then what you're going to do after they're done coloring and writing on there or drawing their picture, they're going to each cut out their puzzle piece, and then you're going to use the butcher paper, cut off the amount that you may need for, depending on the size group that you have, and you're going to glue your pieces down, have the kids glue their own piece down next to each other like a puzzle. It may or may not fit together just right, but you can do it as best as you can, kind of making a quilt with your butcher paper and your puzzle pieces. And so we want to show them, let them have a turn after you've glued them down, telling the group what they drew on their puzzle piece, and then follow up with pointing out that God has given us all unique gifts, and when we choose to follow God and let Him work through our gifts, that together with others, we can make a big difference. It takes all of us working together with our gifts to point people to Jesus and make a difference. Then, as you close out your time together, hold up the quilt that you made with your group and use the script on your leader guide to lead your kids in prayer. Encourage them to tell their parents that they can use their gifts together to make a greater difference. Well, that wraps up our Sunday together. Text Timmy the keyword together if you've watched this video to prepare to lead your small group on Sunday, discovering that they can use their gifts together to make a greater difference. Thank you again, leaders, for serving with us. Have a blessed week.